What up YouTube, it's your boy Roronoa here, and first things first, thank you so much for watching this video, and let's just get straight to the point. As you guys can see here, I'm doing a drawing of Roronoa Zoro from the series called One Piece. So we start off by me inking the lines I have drawn. So obviously I draw it first, and then I use what's called Copic ink markers to outline it, so later on when I color it, I already know what part I'm going to be coloring so and so. After I'm done inking all the lines, I erase the pencil shavings I had, because if I do color in some of that pencil shavings, there will be black marks. So for any of those artists who are trying to draw this or draw anything, please make sure to erase every shaving you have when you do markers, because the ink gets mixed up with the lead, the color becomes very dark, and it messes up the color schemes you have planned. So double check always. And now we start off by coloring Zoro's hair, which is of course green. I do some shadowing, and the techniques I always use is the techniques I always tell you guys in my previous videos. So start off with a light color and then simply transition to a more darker tone every single time, so you get that 3D visual look. Next up we have me coloring in the sake bottle that Zoro always wants. You can't draw Zoro without a sake bottle. So I start off again using light skin tones here, and I slowly progress using darker tones. And for any people who are curious about what equipment I do use Copic sketch markers. They are a little pricey, so I do recommend you to use some. If you don't have the profit yet, I do recommend to use some color pencils for first, or if not, you can buy some cheaper markers. There are some available at some art stores. I could probably post some recommended markers if you guys don't have a profit down in the description. But for now, if you do have the profit, use Copic markers, because that's what I use, and they're, in my opinion, the best markers for animation wise, comic wise, and manga wise. So again, save your money if you don't have the profit. Moving on. So you guys, as I said, I am using a darker transition, and then again I use another darker marker to give it that more shadowy look. And when you guys typically do this, you guys have to bear in mind where there's direct sunlight hitting. So for example, the sunlight in my drawing is coming from the left side, so that's why it's on the lighter side, and then you slowly transition to a darker side because the shadows are there. There's always going to be lighting in any situation, in any circumstance, so you guys are going to have to think that through to make your drawings look more real. Now you see me starting on coloring Zoro's coat or Zoro's kimono. Now unfortunately here the camera dies after, so you guys are not going to be able to see how I color in his kimono and his outfit. But what I do, the colors I do use for his kimono are green, and I transition it from a light to a dark. And then his outfit clothes he's wearing is kind of beige, yellowish beige, a twop beige. And so what I do is that since I never had those skin, those types of Copic markers tones, what I did is that I had to mix up some marker tones. So for example, I colored in one very light, and then overall once I finished the drawing and the coloring, I cover it with another marker type, and it gives me that yellowy beige look, as you guys can see here. And then now, as you guys can see, I am adding transparent copying paper, and I do this for a reason. So my idea of this drawing was having a beige background, because having it white looked boring. So what I did was I traced it out. I get the copying paper, trace it out, and then once I trace it out, as you guys can see here, I get my X-Acto knife, cut the layers of the outline, and then I will technically glue it, or not necessarily glue it, but stick it to the drawing. And you guys won't be able to see it here, but what I do is that since I have a spray gun at my backyard, because I also customize shoes, which I do use for them, I do that. I spray paint the background with a beige look. And as you guys can see here, I put the translucent paper over, make sure I stick it well, because then if you make sure you don't do that, once you spray paint it, the background, some of that paint is going to get on the drawing, and you don't want that. So you got to make sure it's covered really, really well. And that's one mistake that many artists do, is that they don't have the patience to do so. But guys, please take your time. And as I said, I didn't record myself spray painting it, but this is the look. It came out very nice, very good, and I hope you guys liked it. And with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and until then, Turok is out.